Just got a fresh submission back from CAC stickering. We have the coins which did not sticker here, and we have the coins which did sticker here. I'm going to show you each of the coins. I'm going to show you them up close, and we're going to look at why they did or maybe did not sticker. First off, we have this 1917D Standing Liberty Quarter graded MS64 full head. This is the Type 1 variety, and this one did not sticker. It's a nice blast white coin. There's no toning on it. I think that's probably why it didn't get the sticker. The surfaces are pretty good, but it's pretty clear that this coin has been dipped. There's no original skin on it anymore. And I actually think this is a premium quality coin. I just think that CAC usually doesn't treat coins which are not totally original very well. So although this coin is very lustrous, has great surfaces, it did not get the CAC sticker. But it's still a pretty nice coin. The next coin was this 1923S Standing Liberty Quarter, graded MS64 full head. This coin, similarly, has definitely been dipped. There's a little bit of color, a little bit of toning. It's not super attractive, but a very lustrous coin. The coin itself, outside of the little bit of color on it, is still pretty nice. It's very lustrous. It's a full head and it's a 23S, which is pretty hard to find. This coin gets really expensive in MS66 full head and higher. Still a pretty nice coin. And you can see the head is like completely full. There's no question about that. A nice coin, but because of the brightness, it's just way too flashy, way too bright for an original coin. It's been dipped at some point. It did not sticker. I'm going to start with all the coins which did not sticker, and then we're going to get to the coins which did, and then I'm going to save the best coin for last. We have a 1930 PCGS MS66 full bands mercury dime. This one did not sticker, likely because of the dark color. I thought it looked nice and original. I actually think this coin is maybe a hair nicer than a 66, but obviously CAC disagrees. There's a scratch there on the holder that's not on the coin. This is definitely very original, but it's pretty dark and like a dark brown, kind of splotchy with the toning, but a tougher coin to find in 66 full bands. Bands are fully split. Great luster, sharp strike, just kind of an ugly tone on the obverse especially, which certainly did not help this coin. No sticker on that one. Next up for the no stickers, we have a 1902 MS66 Plus Red Indian head cent. This one's really nice for a 66 Plus. I tried this one a couple times for a 7 red because I think thought it had a chance. You can see the tips of the headdress are pretty fully struck. Really smooth surfaces. A couple small hits and a little bit of markiness on the cheek, but you know, pretty typical for a 66 coin. And this one actually I think has really good color, although it's toning a little bit towards purple and maybe a brown right there on the edge, which I think looks attractive, but CAC I think had an issue with the color on this coin. I think it's a little bit too red-brown for them, or maybe starting to turn red-brown. And although I like the coin for the color, I do feel like it's still a red coin. I believe that the color designation is what held this one back. If this was a 66 plus red-brown, I would bet that it would probably have gotten a sticker. Really nice coin. And not all coins that you purchase really need to be CAC. Obviously CAC stickered coins have sort of a dominant edge in the marketplace right now, but you can see a lot of these coins which are not stickering are still really nice examples. And I sent them all expecting a sticker, or at least thinking they had a shot at a sticker, and they'll be sold at a discount to a CAC stickered coin because they did not sticker. So it can be a good opportunity to pick up some value. I think the market relative to CAC stickered coins, may be underappreciating non-CAC coins. Here's a 1929D Walking Liberty half dollar MS64 plus. Technically speaking, this coin is really nice for a 4 plus. It's actually a tougher date in 65 or 66. You can see there's some splotchiness over here. That's PVC. And that PVC haze is never going to get stickered, at least if it's noticeable. In this case, it certainly is. So I kind of thought that was PVC. I thought maybe it could have passed as like a haze, but this came with a red sticker that said PVC in the right field. So confirmed the worst suspicion. This coin indeed does have a little bit of PVC residue, but technically speaking, it's a really nice 64 plus. And a tough date coin as well. So if you can look past the PVC, this is a really nice example. And that probably would come off with a little bit of conservation, but it's not something that I really want to mess with. Here we have an 1884 Proof 67 Brown Indian head cent. And this one also has the eagle eye photo seal. So I thought that this one had a pretty good shot at getting a CAC sticker. Obviously it did not get a CAC sticker. And the reason why this one didn't sticker is because of the color. You can see just the dark purple and the blues on this coin. CAC believe that this coin is artificially toned. I'm a little confused as to why they may have thought that, given it has the eagle eye photo seal. I guess maybe they're a little bit less critical on coins that are colored like this, but I mean the coins in the holder, I don't know, looks fine to me. I guess Indian head cents don't typically tone this purple. There are ways to make coins appear with certain colors, and usually anytime an experienced dealer sees colors like that, in this case that purple and that electric blue kind of sets off a red flag, and I guess that's not sticker worthy. You can see the back here, the blue here is definitely part of the problem. I've never seen coins tone naturally like that. I wanted to try it just because of the eagle eye photo seal, but did not get this sticker. It's still a nice 67 brown. I guess this would be considered market acceptable. I've seen plenty of examples tone like this in holders, just not totally original, according to CAC stickering. Comes with this eagle eye photo seal certificate as well. And I was a little concerned, based on the fact that it was in an eagle eye photo seal, that maybe the coin was toned artificially after the fact of getting graded and photo sealed. There's ways some people can sort of drill into these holders and add a gas or something and add color to coins where it shouldn't be, but the photo seal to me proves that this is just a difference in opinion between eagle eye photo seal, Rick Snow, and John Albanese at CAC stickering. So that's all right. Still a nice coin and tough one to find in 67 brown. Next up, we have a 1946 Walking Liberty half dollar graded MS66. And this one is super fresh out of a collection and is pretty nicely toned. This coin probably could have graded a little bit higher, but it has some markiness right out in the right field, which held it back from a sticker. You can just see like that splotchy marks. It just kind of breaks up the flow of the coin. This half of the coin, the left half of the coin, is really beautiful. It flows really nicely when you turn it. But that right mark just sort of, I think, takes a lot away from the coin. When you look at this coin, your eyes are going to go towards that mark, towards the mark up there, and on the reverse, the marks are right on the high points. The coin is still really nice for a Walking Liberty half dollar. I don't disagree with the grade at all. It's very original. However, those marks on the high points and in the field there just set off the eye appeal just enough where CAC did not like it. Next up, we have this 1892 Morgan Dollar graded MS65 and an old Rattler holder with some toning as well. This coin I did not expect a sticker realistically, but I had to send it based on the fact that it's a Rattler and a 92 Philadelphia and 65. MS66 coins are extremely rare, very expensive. There's a big spread for a CAC graded coin. So, you know, it's still, I think, a 65. I don't have really any doubts about that. There's some markiness and some abrasions on the cheek. This coin was marked abrasions when it came back, so, you know, that tells me that they didn't quite like it for a 65 as a premium quality coin for the grade because of the abrasions on the face. But, I mean, those are allowed for a 65 coin. The reverse is nothing too special for a 65. Again, I think it probably just hits the 65 level. I think the color on the obverse may have helped out the grade a little bit. Definitely not a 66, and apparently not CAC worthy according to CAC stickering, but still a nice coin and really cool to find it in a Rattler holder. Again, a huge spread in the higher grades, so this is a good cutoff point for sure. And I haven't seen too many tone 1892 Morgans either. This one has some rainbows. Too bad it didn't cover up the entire obverse of the coin, or it'd be a really nice one, but still a pretty fun coin. And for the last of the non-stickered coins, we have a 1909 VDB Lincoln Cent graded MS66 red. I graded this coin from raw, so I just figured I'll send it. You know, it's technically pretty nice for a 66. Minimal hits, pretty lustrous. However, the color is a little wacky. It's got like a purple toning, which, you know, you might think is kind of fun. I kind of like the color. I think it's, you know, a little bit trickier to find a color like that on a red Lincoln Cent. However, CAC did not approve of this coin. It's a little splotchy. It's, you know, if you're buying for the full red and you want the coin to be fully untoned red, I can see why you wouldn't like this coin as a 66 red. But if you like tone coins or coins with a little bit of color or more originality, here's a good example. And now we get to the CAC stickered coins. All these coins passed stickering successfully, so I'm going to move it out of there. And we have a 1948 Franklin half dollar graded MS65 with a green CAC sticker. I sent this one in thinking that it could possibly gold CAC. Just has beautiful light rainbow toned obverse. You can see the color there on along the rim and really over the whole surface of the obverse. Just a little too marky for a 66 or a gold CAC, but really a stunning coin and very eye appealing. Again, just the reverse a little too marky. This coin would probably pass as full bell lines. It's a little bit of a nick right there. But aside from that, I believe this is probably a full bell lines coin. At least at PCGS. I don't think it would get a full bell lines at NGC because there's some, looks like a cut through the top band, but I don't believe PCGS really looks at the top band as much. But a nice coin, very eye appealing for a 65. Did not quite make the gold CAC cut. I think if it was a little bit more mark free, we'd have a gold CAC here, but we'll take the green sticker. Here we have an 1884 Morgan graded MS65 with a green CAC sticker. This coin is very lustrous and has luster you'd usually see more on a MS66 or a 67 coin for the grade or for the date. You can just see that cartwheeling luster, and there's like just a look to the MS66, MS67 Morgan dollar luster, especially on the omen dates. You can see how it's just cartwheeling. There's like a line of luster that just follows the light around the coin. There's just a look that it has, and I think you can see that here. Nice coin. Just, again, a little bit too many marks. Otherwise, I think this coin would have gotten an easy gold CAC. You can see the obverse is just a little liberated. Right, some hits in the field, which is allowed for a 65, but when you talk about a 66, 67, especially with a gold CAC consideration, you know, they're usually pretty picky on that. So I can understand why this only got a green sticker, though. I imagine it was an easy decision for a green sticker in the old fatty holder. Next up, we have an 1818 cap bust quarter, graded fine 12. Shout out America Coins of the USA for this one. An 1818 quarter. It's got some cool die cracks on the reverse. A little bit of a light toning, especially on the obverse. But just a nice coin. I had a feeling this one would CAC. I'm not surprised at all that it did. It's tough to find cap bust coins at all with the CAC stickers. They usually come clean, but this one, totally original. Nice coin. Here we have a 1928S MS64 Plus CAC graded piece dollar. This one has a light toning on it. 1928S is one of the key dates in MS65 and the piece dollar series. Again, this coin is just a few marks away on the cheek, I think, from a 65. A super original scan on this one. And the reverse is relatively sharply struck. They typically don't come too nice. It has the luster for a 65 on the reverse. I think there's just too many marks on the eagle. But that would be I think a 65 coin if not for the markiness there. And then if the cheek had a little fewer marks, this coin would probably be in a 65 holder. But 64 plus is that sweet spot, especially with the CAC sticker, right before the coin takes off and is worth a low five-figure amount in 65. We have a really cool quarter I bought a few years ago and decided to pull out of the personal collection. I graded this one from Raw, MS67 Plus. This one got a CAC sticker, and this coin is just stunning. The color on this one is just unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen a quarter toned like this, like galaxy level toning. All the different colors. A beautiful coin. And an MS67 Plus, so pretty much top of the line. There's a few MS68s for this date. Thought this coin had a chance. I've tried it a couple times, but decided just to give up on it. There's just a little bit of a mark. There's the mark right there on the leg of the eagle, and then a little bit on the eagle's breast feathers. Other than that, this coin would probably grade a 68. It's a good example of a coin that is probably, a 68 level coin with just a couple marks and imperfections and at a huge discount from what a 68 would bring. It's a great example of how when you're buying coins, you really have to be careful when you're grading them. Just a few abrasions or a few marks or a little bit of darkness, a little bit of lack of luster can dock the coin even a half point, which can make a huge difference in value. So, and then saving the best for last, we got a 1923S Standing Liberty quarter with MS65 and the gold CAC sticker. Obviously, gold CACs are the prize when you're getting CAC stickered coins. Signals that the coin would be a green sticker in the grade above. So this coin to CAC is undergraded in the MS65 holder. The 1923S Standing Liberty quarter, as we mentioned earlier with the full head example, is a tougher date, semi-key date to the series, especially in high grades. The head on this one is almost completely full. You can see the three leaves on the headdress, or the crown. And then you can see the separation between the crown or the headdress. And then you can almost see the ear hole. I thought you could see the ear hole, but I thought this coin was maybe full head when I bought it. But just short of full head, I think. But really an exceptional coin. And the gold CAC. So all these coins are going to be available for sale on our eBay store. So make sure to check it out. I'll put the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Did pretty well in this CAC submission. I think there was one other coin I decided to crack out that did CAC, but otherwise it went just under 50%. Got a few big wins like the gold CAC here, so I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully you guys learn a little bit, see some nice coins. Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. We just passed 1,100. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.